What's up, everybody? Saigan here. I was just asked a wonderful question. It's something that I've actually been thinking about talking about for a while. Somebody just asked me, wow, how do you keep up with all these videos? I'm sorry, my beard looks so messy. I have to trim it. I'm noticing it now. I don't spend all day looking in a mirror. I'm sorry, jeez. Okay, so how do I keep up with all these games? I keep myself on a very strict schedule between work, 2 kids, a girlfriend, gaming, editing, uploading, advertising. I stay very, very busy. Holy crap, I stay busy. What I'm about to show you is my calendar from September. This is just my gaming calendar. There's a lot going on there. Sai, why would you schedule something fun for yourself? Well, that's very simple. I am really, really bad at doing the things that I enjoy unless I have scheduled it ahead of time. Unless I make a plan to go and do something enjoyable, I wind up not doing it at all. And then I just kind of laze about and get grouchy. So we're actually gonna take a trip back memory lane, and this goes back to why I started doing Let's Plays in the first place, and why they've actually been really good for me, and why I continue to do them even after horrible things like the whole Dragon Quest X incident. Alright. Go back to when Sai was a wee, charming little pretty boy. I grew up, history of depression. Everybody's got depression these days. It's not really like, oh, I'm so sorry for you. It's everybody has depression, and it sucks. And I have suspicions on why everybody has depression. It's because we're not living the lives that we really want to. But blah, 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 blah. We can talk about sociology later. So depression, anxiety, I was in a bad place for from the age of 10 until the age of 18. Those years were hell, and they were all over the place. There were some good times in there too, absolutely. I have very fond memories of my friends in high school and working in the theater, etc., 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 etc. But I didn't really feel like I had control over things, and I never felt like I was doing the things that I wanted to do. Because when it came time for me to do things that I wanted to do, I was just kind of like, eh. So fast forward further. I think I was 20 when I met my now ex-wife. We were together for 7 or 8 years. Amicable divorce. I mean, it wasn't at the time, but we didn't have messy court battles. Neither one of us wanted to keep our son from the other. We decided to continue to live nearby to one another so that our son could see us both on a regular basis. We both, loved our son so much that we didn't want to make him part of 2 adults no longer loving each other. And that's worked out. And we're friends now, and we talk daily about, how we're raising our son. He doesn't get to slip anything by us. He can't be like, well, Mom said. I'll be like, well, let me call her. Hey, what's up? Oh, by the way, oh, that's neat. Final Fantasy 13 came out on Steam today. Okay, cool. We talk because we're friends now. Hasn't always been that way, but it has been for the past couple of years. After the divorce, that following year or two, I was in a bad place, as, most people are going to be. I was all over the place. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was just kind of showing up at work. I wasn't really participating. I was just kind of going in and sitting in a chair. So it hit a point where I really had to look at myself. I'm like, okay, What did I do before that made me happy? How did I keep myself happy before? What are the hobbies that I gave up while married? And these aren't, gaming was the first and obvious answer. And this isn't something like she asked me to give up while we were together. I didn't have the energy for it. Slipping and between work and the kid, I never felt like if I was spending time gaming, then that was time that I was spending responsibly. I had this idea in my head that the more time I was spending on gaming, the less time I was being a responsible husband and father. And that was wrong of me, actually. Because it's still important that, you know, even though you might be taking care of these other people, even though you're the breadwinner and the father and, you know, you have these other people to look out for, you still have to look out for yourself. Because if you can't look out for yourself, you can't be expected to look out for other people. And I didn't get that at the time. So, you know, we fast forward again. I was like, okay, well, I'll go back to playing video games. And I found that I wasn't really still doing that. I was still just kind of coming home from work and sitting down and like staring off into space. And it wasn't helping. It wasn't helping at all. So I decided, okay, well, I need to make a schedule out of this. I need to actually set it down as something that I have to do. I need to make it a responsibility. I need to make doing the things that I enjoy a responsibility, or I'm not going to do them. So that's what I did. And that's how I started doing my first Let's Play. I went back to the beginning. Dragon Quest 1, there were 2 video games that I first played for the Nintendo NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. Super Mario Brothers and Dragon Warrior. I went back to Dragon Warrior. I went back to where my love of games really, really began, and I set myself a schedule. I said, I'm going to not only play this game, but I'm going to record it. I'm going to put it on YouTube, because that also puts me out there. And that adds to the responsibility, because now there's some expectations. And initially it was just friends and family watching it. I was getting really only a couple of views a day. But it was working. I found that this schedule that I'd created for myself, where I'd be like, oh, okay, well, I have to record this video or the next one won't be able to come out on time. Or I have to record this video now so that tomorrow I can edit it and process it. And that turned into a meaningful schedule for me. And it's something that I've kind of grown with ever since then. Since meeting Shannon, you guys know her on the stream as Perionin. Since taking care of, you know, her son as well. We all live together as a family. I've got Garen, we've got Caden. Generally, I come home from work, I hang out with them, there's time with them in the evenings. It can vary. It depends. If she has homework, then I work in some editing time and publishing time on YouTube, because that's actually a very time-consuming thing. And then Mondays and Tuesdays, while the kids aren't around, I sit down and I get caught up on all the videos that I'm going to be doing. And then, like, throughout the week, as time makes itself available, I also get the editing done. And it's something that I've just really learned to enjoy. And it turned into this. Keeping a schedule, a planner of your hobbies and time frames where you can do your hobby and god damn it, go do it even if you're too tired to anyways. These are things that are actually very healthy for you. They help to keep you sane. Everybody has little things that help to keep them sane. And if they stop doing them, that's when I see people starting to get depressed. So even if, like, if you have something that you just love doing and it's something that really keeps you steady and lately you haven't been able to do it, you've been feeling down in the dumps and you're feeling less energetic, you're just, everything's turning gray around you, I'm telling you, just create a schedule for yourself and schedule in the times to do things that you enjoy doing. And do them even if you don't want to do them, because you'll start to enjoy them again. I promise. The gaming, it took me a while before I really started looking forward to the recording sessions. And you know, some days there are days that I'm exhausted. Today, it's been a long week at work, but I have a responsibility. Given it's a responsibility to myself and to people on the internet, of which, you know, my Blue Dragon videos are only pulling in a couple hundred views before the next week comes out. It's not making me hardly any money at all. My gross earnings last year from ad revenue, I made $600 total. Now that's for a year of work. And this is something that I can honestly tell you I spend at least 20 hours a week working on. 20 hours a week for what's essentially a $600 salary. Those are slave wages. I can't quit my day job anytime soon. But it's given me a goal, and that goal is that in the future, probably like 10 years from now, okay, when the boys are, you know, getting out of high school, well, maybe that'll be the perfect time to retire. Maybe my channel will have grown enough by that point that I can retire and just keep doing Let's Plays full time. Maybe lightning will strike before that, and then, you know, the channel will just explode, and that'd be really, really, really cool. But I'm planning for this to be in the long haul. And even if I don't hit that goal of being able to live comfortably, I would be wanting to make $2,000 a month off of the channel. And that would be, you know, just maintaining my quality of life now. Because that's pretty close, well, after like taxes and everything, that's pretty close to what my take home is. Mind you, a large chunk of that goes to the fact that we live in a house, a family-sized house now, so, you know, there's rent, there's cars, there's bills, of which I have a stack next to me. I stay on top of them. I wait. I wait. I generally pay them on, like, you know, a specific paycheck of the month, but so that's my future goal. And it's a good thing to have goals. But at the same time, this isn't just a goal. This is what, you know, keeps my brain happy. It keeps me sane and happy going through the work week with this job that it's been good to me. The pay is good. I like working with most of my coworkers. Man, it's just exhausting working for somebody else doing something that you don't want to do. Gaming keeps me sane. Some of you might say, well, how come your kid doesn't keep you sane and keep you happy? Well, he does. He's part of that equation. He was there for me during it. My son is probably the most loving, empathic person that I have ever met. He is 7. He's in speech therapy like I was when I was his age. Had huge speech issues, had a major problem communicating. And he's working through a lot of the same things. But I remember that first week where it was just him and I alone and his mom had left. And, you know, I was on the floor. I was crying. This was a very, very hard time for me because not only was it, a divorce, that was also the most serious relationship that well, clearly it was the most serious relationship that I'd ever been in, but it was also the first serious relationship that I'd ever been in. None of my previous girlfriends had ever been around for more than a couple of months at a time. And this is something that lasted 7 or 8 years and was now ending so suddenly. So yeah, I was on the floor. I was defeated. I was crying. My son, he was like 3 at the time. And he came up to me and he hugged me and he said, "It'll be okay, Dad." So he's certainly there, and he certainly takes care of me and takes care of the psyche as well. But it's also good to go back to basics, because my ex and I share him. He's both of ours, and we both are, belong to him as well. So he gets to see both of us. We both get to see him. We can't hog him. Also, he's 7, and sometimes I need a break from him. So it's still good to have that hobby that you can go and do completely by yourself that grounds you. Which is why I keep a schedule, and I make myself do the things that normally keep me happy, even if I'm not in the mood to do them, even if I don't have the energy to do them. Because if I stop doing them, then the next window I have to do them, I won't do them. And then the next window after that. It's like exercising. Honestly, it's a lot like physical exercise. You set yourself a schedule, you keep to it on the days that you like it and the days that you hate it. And you're healthier for it. That ran on for a while. Okay, guys. I have finished editing my videos for the night, actually. Shannon should be done with work now, so I'm going to go hang out with her. We're going to figure out what we're going to do for the evening. We have no children around, so I don't know. We'll probably watch some anime that they're not allowed to watch. Something violent or something perverted. Who knows? Take care, everybody.